Okay, let's start today. So last day we were discussing about object linking and embedding, and under that we have discussed about how linking happen and how embedding happen. Actually, in the linking part, what happens in the linking part? In the linking part, so there is requirement of trigger. So that can be a user trigger, or that can even be a trigger by time or some other action. So this is basically activated. If something is activated after a trigger, without direct rendering in the browser, we call that a link. But if something is activated, pre-activated while rendering, so that means while loading the page, if something is activated, so if something is rendered, image or video or audio is rendered while page load, so we call that embedding. So it can be linking or embedding. So those are the two categories. And so there are different type of links: internal links, external links, page links, and email links. And we learn about internal links briefly. So let me remind that and begin. So in internal links, so what happens in the internal links? Internal links are applicable, or internal links are usable when the page is lengthier. When there is a lengthy page, these internal links can be used. But when page length is low, when page length is not that much, if it is a short page, so we don't use these internal links or bookmarks. Actually, the tag that we are using is called anchor tag, anchor tag. So let's see how this can be done. To do that, let me take a document and get a random paragraph. Why? Because, you know, to get a large number of lines, we can use this easily. Equal rand. Let's have 15 lines each with 10, 12, 15 paragraphs each with 12 lines. You can do this command, invert, and generate that. So remember the command, 15 lines with 12, sorry, 15 paragraphs with 12, each with 12 lines. If I press enter, you'll be getting this paragraph. Let's copy and paste that now. But when you copy and paste, let's take a new file, HTML, head section, then the title section. Let's assign a title, bookmarks, then body section, end of body section. Let's save this as h1.html in documents. And let's paste the paragraph now, but you won't get different paragraphs. Instead of that, here you have different paragraphs. But if you just try to run this now, you will get single text. So not multiple paragraphs, it is single text. That is the issue. So we have to instruct the browser. So this separation of spaces won't help. So we have to instruct the browser that this is starting of the paragraph, and also you have to indicate this is the ending of the paragraph and starting of the next paragraph. Likewise, you have to proceed. So let's copy and paste this several times to finish this and start new, finish and start new, finish and start new, finish and start, finish and start, and finish and start new paragraph, finish and start new paragraph. Likewise, once you paste this 12 times, paragraph opening and closing, then it will be displayed properly. The last opening is not needed because the last one needs to be closed. When I save this, you'll be seeing these paragraphs. Now I have a lengthier web page. So that you need to do first. The second task is indicating the link. So since there are, let's say I need some section, some add in some section headings. Section 1. So likewise, I'm having multiple sections. Section 1, and here would like to have section 2. Okay, here let's have section 3. Sorry, it should be 3, section 3. Here's section 4. And the last one, let's say section 5. So I'm having 5 sections. Right, so these section headings will give some headings like you can see. So if you can remember, we have done a similar thing, that experiments. We learn about this Wikipedia article, which is about Sri Lanka. If you search Sri Lanka and Wikipedia, you will be directed to this Wikipedia page. There, this page is lengthier. It has a table of content. You can see a lot of subheadings are there. When you click that, it will move the particular section, ancient Sri Lanka. When you click next heading, it says sport. It says sport in Sri Lanka. So when you click on, let's click on something else. Unfortunately, you don't have way to move up. You can click and move down. You don't have way to move up. You have to scroll. Scrolling is headache. That is why these bookmarks are there. I suggest, actually, I would like to suggest this Wikipedia people to add links to go from bottom to top also, because this is only going from top to bottom. It's going from top to bottom. So better if we have links to go from bottom to top as well. Actually, if you can fix this section, the content section, that would be great. If you can fix it to this side, then so that would be great, because we can keep accessing the memory. Otherwise, we have to scroll up to find the next heading. So that is headache. Anyway, so this is a lengthier page. And how can we add the section links now? So let's add some links first. A tag or anchor tag is used for the link, and xref is pointing to the link. So I'm adding, let's say, section 1, sec 1. So likewise, I'm having few sections. So let's add a BR to indicate there's a section. This link ends. So let's have 5 section headings. Section 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here also section 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There are 5 sections as I see. So easier way to add headings is using ID attribute. That is how to add a bookmark. You can say the section name. Section name. ID equals section 1 will point to section 1. ID equals section 2 will point to section 2. ID equals section 3 will be pointing to section 3. ID is equal to section 4 is pointing to section 4, and finally it's to section 5. Okay, what is the question? Yes, you can put buttons also. So these are just links, but you can put buttons. Actually, you can actually convert this to a button. So there are easy ways of converting this to a button. You can see now there are links. When I click each section, move into the particular section. Section 3, move in section 4, section 4, and section 5. Likewise, moving up and indicating each section. That is using the ID attribute. Section link is given with the hash. Section ID is given plain without the hash. So shall we try this? So you need to have a lengthier web page and some sections and also some section IDs and links to the particular sections. You can just copy and paste the same in the bottom because it was not there in Wiki, but we can add that. We have the freedom. So then when you move to the section 5, you can still move up to the section 1, section 3, but you don't have anything in the middle. Section 4, yes, you have way to go up. Section 2, 1, etc. You can indicate that in the bottom end. And if you need to make it a button, but this is not there in your syllabus, but you can Just convert this to a button by adding a style. That is easy. So let me show that, but don't do it unless if you have interest to do and learn, but this will not be asked in the examination. So I can say, or I can give actually a class. So let's say class BTN. So that button I can define .btn. So I have to mention the background color. Background color, let's say I'm using hash red, green, and blue color. And font color, let's say white. Then let's have padding 10 pixel with let's say 200 pixels, and let's have a border. It's 1 pixel solid. Using blue color, same, and then let's say let's have a height and it is 30 pixels. Border radius is 15 pixels, and you make a small button, and you can see the section now. This looks like a button. Background color hash red, green, blue. Okay, you can see now. Let's increase the width to 300. Width 300 pixels. Oh. And instead of that, let's add in 10 pixels. 30 pixels. Okay, let's add the same, but this won't be asked in the examination, so don't worry, don't add that part. Without that part, try to do the other part, right? So here you can see now there are buttons, but each are overlapping, so you can just add the margin bottom, say 30 pixels, otherwise overlapping. Oh, it's there. Zoom it down. What happened if I remove this part? Okay, now it's going the other direction. Otherwise, the BR does something else. Okay, now you can see these are buttons. Okay, I think this is what you need. But the thing is that, remember, so this won't be asked in the examination. I have done this just to show you there is a possibility to use buttons. Text decoration is not. Just to remove the underline. You can see this looks like buttons, and it's use RGB, and I'm going to reduce this and increase this to B and C. It's blue color. Okay, it's visible now. Okay, now you can see the buttons. I hope that you can enjoy HTML and the CSS when you learn further, but this part is not there this is not related to you. Don't worry, this part is not related to this is styling part, which is not related to you. This class button, no need to add these classes. The class button කියලා දාපු එකත් add කරන්න එපා, ඒක ඕනේ නැහැ. ඒක දැම්මේ මෙතන මේ style එකක් දාන්න විතරයි. So what do you need to practice now? You need to practice the section links and section IDs. So ID is one way of giving a link. Section link is given a href, then ID is given as this. Okay, do this now. I'll give you a few minutes. Do this now. If you have questions, you can ask. Meanwhile, doing this, you can ask the questions if you have any. So what do you need to do first? Have lengthy web page. Bigger web page එකක් හදාගන්න. ඒකට ලේසි විදියක් මම කිව්වා equal rand වලින් paragraph එකක් ගන්න. ගොඩක් paragraph. equal RAND අඩුම ගානේ paragraph 12ක් line 10 ගානෙවත් ගන්න. දිගමදි නැහැ. ඊට පස්සේ paragraph opening paragraph closing දාලා ඔක හදාගන්න මේ වගේ. paragraph close වෙනවා අලුත් paragraph එක open වෙනවා ඊළඟ එක close වෙනවා එහෙම හදලා headings ටිකකුත් දාගෙන අතරමැදි so you can label some sections put some headings ඊට පස්සේ links ටික දාන්න bookmark link ටික then you can assign these bookmarks to the id attribute. Okay, do it quickly and let me know if you have any questions, then I can help. Bookmarks. Right, there is another way to link this other than using ID. ID use karan network puluwan. But in that case, you have to use these. You have to use a name equal similarly section 1. එහෙම කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. A name equal section. Inside that you don't have anything. Similar to that, you can use මේ දෙකම වැඩ කරනවා. ID එක දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් a name equal section 2. Likewise, you can එහෙම දුන්නත් වැඩ. This is section 3. Sorry, section 3. මේ ID දෙන්නේ නැතුව. Then also it will work. So let's see the results and you can see when I click this section 3, it's moving, right? Section 1 is moving. Section 2 is moving. Right? Without using ID, you can use a name also. A name. Can use කරන්න. Anyway, both are there in the note. Note එකේ දාලා තියෙනවා දෙකම. ID use කරන්නත් පුළුවන් HTML note එකේ තියෙන. A name or ID. You can use name or ID. But link is same, only the bookmark name. Bookmark name can be a name or ID. Of any tag, you can use ID attribute. ඕනම tag එක ID attribute එක විදිහට දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. නැත්නම් ඒ tag එකේ name එක විදිහට bookmark name එක දාන්න. ඕනම tag එක ID, any tag you can use ID attribute. But only in a tag, anchor tag, you have to use name attribute. So those are the two ways of putting. Okay, next is very important thing. Now you have to create a folder structure. So because we are going to learn about absolute and relative referencing, which is for the internal links. Internal links means with links within the website. Links within the website. Website එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන. Right? So you can website එකේම තියෙන files. එක website එක Google කියන එක website. Google වල file ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා. Facebook කියන එක website. Facebook is one website, but there are a lot of files inside Facebook. So similarly, a single website may have multiple files. Minimum single file, but there can be multiple files. So, but you will have to create this structure today. So first, this is a web folder. You can see this blue color one is web folder. Inside that you have few folders: pages folder, images folder, www. Let me show this structure. Try to so please create the same structure quickly. You can use some files here. This is web folder. Inside web folder, web folder here. Inside web folder, you have pages folder, images folder, www folder. But inside this web folder, there are two files: hello.html and 1.jpg here. Hello.html, 1.jpg. Please create this structure first. Then inside images atule, so 2.jpg is there and CDF folder is there. Inside CDF folder, 6.mp3 is there. Understand this carefully. Then pages folder. Inside pages folder, 4.mp3 is there. Then www folder. Inside www folder, test.html, sorry, abc.html is there. Test folder is there. Inside test folder, 1.png is there. So can you create this quickly? You can rename. So you can take some images, JPG images, and rename. You can take PNG image and rename. Take HTML files and rename like this. Please create the structure first. Please create the structure first. You can see the image. Please look at the image and also look at how this looks like and create the structure soon. After creating the structure, please let me know. But can you see that it's 0 KB, it's not downloaded. That is why you can't open it. It's halfway downloaded. You can just go and click it again. Please go to Zoom, download it again. Or just create the environment. So that is not a big thing. Just let's create the environment. Forget about downloading. Just create a folder. Create a folder called web. Alut folder ekak hadanna web කියලා. So you can do this. Like, so don't just wait. Just create a folder web there. Web. Double click on that. Double click and open the folder web. Okay, then go and create 3 folders there. So what are the names of folders? Pages, images, and www. Pages, images, www. Pages, pages. Images, and www. IMA, images, IMAGS. And www. Okay, now inside this there are 2 files now. There is hello.html, 1.jpg. Just right click outside the folder. Yeah, there. Just right click. No. Just right click somewhere. Yes, blank. Then new text document. New text document. Rename that as what? Hello.html. Okay. Yes. Then you need to have a picture. Go to the desktop or somewhere and bring a picture. Copy and paste a picture to the location. When I'm going to picture, copy paste. Just go to your desktop or somewhere. No need to download. Just you can take a picture that you have or you already have. I have seen some pictures there in the computer. You can use one of these. You take 2 pictures maybe. 3 pictures. Dekha tunamma ganna. Dekha atunak ganna pictures tunak copy කරලා ඔතනින් copy කරලා ගන්න. JPG වලින් ගන්න. මෙන්න මේකෙන් ගන්න. මේ තුන ගන්න. Just take these 3 pictures. Control එක press කරන්න, right? Copy the pictures. Close it. This is not required. Just close it. Now go back to your folder location. You can just go back. Paste there. Right click and paste. Just right click and paste. Okay, now you have 3 pictures now. But ඔතන තියෙන්නේ අතරම 1.jpg. Rename one as 1.jpg, 13 jpg, 1.jpg කියලා rename කරා. Just rename as 1.jpg. That is 13. And second one 2.jpg, please. 2.jpg. Third one rename කරන්නකෝ 1.png කියලා. 1.png command එක png කරාට open වෙනවා. Just to see that png portable network graphics png. .png. 1.png neda 15 nedi 1.png. Okay, move that 1.png 1.png එක ඇදගෙන කියලා දාන්න images අතුරට images වල තියෙන නෑ www ඇතුළට දාන්න. කමන්නේ කට් කරලා ගන්න control x then go back, go to the www folder. It was a test කියලා එකක් අදන්න ඒක ඇතුලේ create a folder for test, then move it to the test folder. test nana text නෙමෙයි test, a folder called test. Delete that file, we don't need that. Create a folder name test. So කලින්ම කිව්වා නම් මම ඔයාලා time එක දෙන්න කරවන්න. Test, rename as test, then drag and put this png inside that test එක ඇතුළට png එක දාන්න. Okay, now create another file abc.html, right click new text document, rename that as abc.text document, abc.html. abc.html. Okay, now that part is done. Then www, hurry, go up. The gears go up. Now 2.jpg කියන එක 2.jpg, just move to the image folder, images folder. No, only that file. Control X and just cut it and paste it. Open images, create a folder and rename that as CDF. Okay, I saw there are 2 MP3 files downloaded. Can you copy and paste that MP3 files there? That is in the download folder. 2 MP3 files were there. Just copy and paste them. MP3 files, I can see there. No, not this file. That is not MP3. That is zip file. So MP3 files, you can see. No, go back. Go back. So what is that? That is not relevant to you. So understand the file type that I'm telling. So I asked about MP3 files, music files. Go to the download folder, and there are 2. There are yes, here these 2 are MP3. You can see. Just copy them. The next one also copy and paste that there. Images again, come on, then rename color. එකක් rename කරන්න 4.mp3 අනිත් එක 6.mp3. 6.mp3 and 4.mp3. Just rename one by one, don't select both. One is 4.mp3, the other one is 6.mp3. .mp3, you can move it to CDF. CDF with ළඟ තියෙන එකට දාන්න. That 4.mp3, just cut it and paste it inside pages. Cut and paste it inside pages. Don't you have the note with you? Note එක තියෙනවා නම් ඒකේ තියෙනවා එක දාන්න ඕන. Cut and paste it. Just cut it, then paste it in pages. Pages එකේ ඔහෙ නෙවෙයි pages ඇතුලේ. Okay, so that is the folder structure that you need to create. So that is what I asked you to do prior to all these tasks. Actually, I have sent you the file as well. So you can just download. You could have downloaded and extracted that, then that will be easy. Anyway, now you have to start coding at hello.html. Start coding hello.html, right click, open that with, edit with Notepad++ or Notepad, whatever that you have. Open with. So why you deleted? So you need to code that. Right click and open with Notepad. Right click on the file, open it with Notepad. Choose another app and then select Notepad. Okay, start coding now. So what you have to do is start coding. Just give me the remote request, then I can show you. So I can make your process faster if you can accept that remote request. Okay, done. So HTML, then move up, press enter, and then head section, then the head section, then the title section, and closing of the title section. So let's say that links. And the first part is easy because when you create a body section, there you have to create the links. So why it is easy? Because you can just say href, then the path of the file, and then you can mention it as link 1 and closing this a anchor tag and then the br tag to close this fully. And you can just copy and paste this few times. Sorry. Oh, what is that? There were 6 resources and you have to link all 6 resources there. This method, now we are going to learn about a method called absolute referencing, and that is easy. You have to mention the exact path of the file. So I'll show you how to do that. So please follow the instructions properly. Okay, these are the 6 links that we are going to have. So if you want to link them properly, let me save this first. Okay, let's go to the 1.jpg, keep it as it is. So for 1.jpg, go to the 1.jpg. Right click it, right click, don't double click. Right click and then select open with and select your web browser, maybe Google Chrome. Opera if you have, whatever. But Opera එක හිර වෙනවනේ Google Chrome select කරන්න. Okay, at least Internet Explorer, something like that. Look another app. Look another app. Then check whether yes, Google is there. You can select Google, Chrome, application, Chrome EXE. Okay. Right. When you open that with the web browser, you can see the file link. Wouldn't pen on the file link. See users, my PC desktop. The address bar. In the address bar. Can you see that? Just copy it. Just copy the address. In the address bar, you can copy it. Here, this one. Not unclean is this one. Can't you copy? Is it struck? Something went wrong, I think. Just copy it. Okay, it seems something has went wrong. Yes. Okay, I'll show you the steps then. If you need to copy that, so this is your page. And you are in this hello.html file. Let's open that is brackets. And what you need to do, so you have to open this with the browser, open with the web browser. Then you can see the link. Just copy it, move there to the coding interface and paste it. Right? Lavanya, you can do the same, right? Open the file using your browser. Open the file using your web browser, right? After that, right click, copy the link. Right click and copy the link. Come back to the coding interface and instead of href, right click, paste it. Similarly, do this for the other items. Go to the images folder, right click, open with Google Chrome, right click, copy, come back to the coding, erase this, right click, paste. CDF, right click, open with, or you can just click and drag that to the Google Chrome. Right click, copy it. Then go there, right click, paste it. So that is actually the full path. You will understand this. So when you paste this, so you can see this is when you come to the pages folder. Web pages. So this is 4.mp3. So likewise, if you paste the full path in the www folder, you have abc.html. And in the test folder, 1.png, you can just open, or you can just imagine and type. Anything is okay, whatever the method that you are done. So anyway, so whatever method, you can just copy and paste the link, and that will make sure the link is there. So this is called absolute referencing. Absolute referencing. When you access this web page, and you can try the links, so you can see that links, link 1 is loading the image. Okay, link 2 is also loading image. Link 3 loading MP3. Link 4 loading MP3. Link 5 loading HTML. Link 6 is loading the JPG file. All links are working, but only issue is you have to give the full path. You have to give the full path. So this is called absolute reference. What do you think? Is it good or bad? So what's your idea? Is it good or is it bad? Yes. Is it good to have full path, or is it good or bad? So what do you think? Yes, it is bad. The reason why? Because the path is too long, and another problem is the path that I mentioned is not the same for you. Whatever I mentioned here is not same for you. Why? Because your path is depending on your computer. It is not Dasun Nilanjana, it is something Dell or something else. So your path is depending on your location. So my path is depending on my location. So absolute referencing has more dependency. That is not good. But you can tell it relatively. How to tell this relatively? So for an example, think about this diagram again. So let's see how Hello can see the files. Hello can see 1.jpg directly. 1.jpg directly. You can tell that Hello can see 1.jpg directly. Okay, done. That is it. Hello can see www folder. Inside that you have abc.html. Hello can see www folder. Inside that abc.html is there. Hello can see www folder. Inside that Hello can see test folder. Inside that 1.png. That you can say Hello can see www folder. Inside that the test folder. Inside that 1.png. Likewise, you can mention about the others. What? Hello can see pages, and inside that 4.mp3. Hello can see pages, inside that 4.mp3. Hello can see images, inside that CDF, inside that 6. Hello can see images, inside that 2. So likewise, you can mention this very short away. The advantage, even after you copy this, there is an advantage, that is, you don't want to change this part. Even after you copy this, no need to change the path. Then ඔයාලා මේක download කරත්. If you copy the same www folder, regardless of your location or your file name or your hard drive name, whether it is Windows, Linux, whatever, it will automatically work. So no need to change. මොකද folder එක පිටින්ම copy කරාම, so let's say you are copying the entire folder, you are copying entire web folder. මේ folder එකම copy කරන් යනවා. So then, do you need to change the paths again and again? No. The path is relatively there. When you copy and paste the folder, the path is relatively there. That is what called relative reference. That is easier, and also it is flexible, no need to change. So this kind of examination question will be there in your exam. Actually now, right, you can see what I have given here related to ABC. But what I have coded here related to hello. Hello එකට අදාළව තමයි මම code කරේ. ABC වලට අදාළව මේකේ තියෙනවා note එකේ. So what do you need to do now? Practice. Practice well. Actually speaking, we have already finished lesson number 1. Lesson number 2, we need to revise actually. So I said that the content is done, but need to revise. Lesson number 3, the HTML part. I have already completed internet and email part, and HTML is there in lesson number 5 also. From that also we have completed considerable part. Actually, up to 60% of the syllabus is now over. Only thing is we have to focus more and we have to revise and get these things. I'll be starting the paper discussion class in Thursday, but not now. So we'll wait. After some time, we can start paper discussion class. Then we can polish up this. Okay. So please go through the note. Note is already uploaded. Please go through the note. Test this, write down this, watch the video again and again, practice this. So that is really needed. Otherwise, this is the last part of this lesson. And after that, we will be doing embedding. Embedding is easy, similar to this one. And with that, the HTML part will be over. So be prepared for the next day lesson. Do the practicals and come. Otherwise, you are in big trouble. Then good night. See you all next week.